First clause is sum clause. Then we are going to learn about all clause. Then exist clause. Then not exist clause. Then we are continuing with the subqueries in the from clause and subqueries in the select clause. And then we will see how to modify the database. And then we'll have time for the question answer session. So this is the outline of today's session. Some of the clauses we are going to learn, and then we are going to learn subqueries in the form clause and select clause along with the modification of the database. So sum clause. For example, the query is like this: find the name of the instructors with salary greater than that of some instructor in the biology department. Okay, what is this sum means? At least one instructor. Just try to understand the query. Again, I am reading it. Find the name of the instructors. What you have to find? You have to find the name of the instructors with salary greater than that of some instructor in the biology department. You have to find the name of the instructor whose salary is greater than that of the instructors in the biology department. Okay, so just see how to write the SQL query for this statement. So this is the query. You have to select distinct name from instructor as T and instructor as S, and just see the where condition. Where T dot salary is greater than S dot salary. Okay, wherein in the where clause we have just compared the salary with present in the instructor. T dot salary is greater than S dot salary. And one condition it is mentioned in this query is the salary is greater than that of the instructors present in the biology department. So we have added this AND operator over here, and S dot department name is equal to biology. So what this query will retrieve? It will retrieve the name of the instructor whose salary is greater than the instructors present in the biology department. Just split this query into select. What we have chosen in the select clause, we have chosen the name of the instructor. And in the from, we have to mention the name of the relations, name of the tables, that is instructor as T and instructor as S. And just see how we have written the query, condition in the where clause. T dot salary is greater than S dot salary. Okay, just we are checking the salary is greater than S dot salary, or T dot salary is greater than S dot salary. And we are checking the department name. S dot department name is equal to biology. So it will retrieve the tuples whose salary is greater than the salary present in the biology department. So this is the simple query we have written. Same query we have to write using the sum clause. Just see how to make use of the sum clause. So this is the query. What you have to write? You have to write select name because this is the requirement of the query that we have to find the name of the instructor. So we have put this into the select from instructor where salary is greater than, and you have to make use of some clause, and then you have to mention the subquery greater than sum. And in bracket, select salary from instructor where department name is equal to biology. At least one tuple should be retrieved by this query to check the salary is greater than the salary of the instructor of the biology department. The result of this query and this query will be same. Only thing is that we have made use of some clause in this query. How to write the query, how to format, it's your skill as a database programmer, and one query can be written in different ways, and the different ways will retrieve the same data. So in this case, we have just written the simple query which will retrieve the name of the instructor whose salary is greater than biology department. And we used some clause in this query to check at least one instructor is present in the biology department whose salary is less than the salary present in the other department. So this is how you can make use of the sum clause. Now I am going to continue with the next clause. Set comparison all clause. Suppose query is like this. Find the name of all instructors whose salary is greater than the salary of all instructors in the biology department. Find the name of all instructors whose salary is greater than the salary of all instructors in the biology department. Okay, so what you have to retrieve? You have to retrieve name of the instructors whose salary is greater than the salary present in the biology department. So just see how to write the query for this SQL statement. This is the way you have to write the query. Select name from instructor where salary is greater than, and then you have to make use of this all clause. All select salary from instructor where department name is equal to biology. So this is how you have to make use of all clause. How to write the query? It depends on the problem statement or query statement. In the query statement, what they have mentioned, find the name of the all instructors. So we have chosen in the select clause name as a column to be retrieved from the relation instructor. And condition is what? Whose salary is greater than the salary of all instructors in the biology department. So we have mentioned here where salary is greater than all the salaries in the biology department. And this is how we have to write the query using the all clause. We have to mention all in bracket, select salary from instructor where department name is equal to biology. So it will retrieve the salary greater than the biology department along with the name of that instructor. So this is how you have to make use of all clauses. Okay. To be familiar with all these clauses, you need to have some practice so that you will get the idea when to use some clause, when to use all clause. That's why I have given the assignment that you need to solve, so that you will get the familiar with all these statements, and automatically when you solve it, when you practice it, you can get the idea how to write the query. Automatically it will come into the mind when to use all clause, when to use some clause, or how to write the query, or which relation you require in the from clause, or which columns you require in the select clause. That is the skill you will get when you do some practice. Okay, so next is exist clause. So as the name suggests, it will check for existence of a particular tuple. Just see how to make use of this exist clause. Suppose the query is like this: find all courses taught in both the fall 2009 semester and in the spring 2010 semester. We have already covered this query, but we are going to write the same query using the exist clause. Just see. So we have written select course ID, select course ID from section as yes, from section as yes, where semester is equal to fall and year is equal to 2009. That is, we have satisfied this condition. Semester is fall and year is 2009. And instead of mentioning here and again, we have mentioned exist clause. So here it is, we have mentioned exist, and then we have mentioned select star from section as T, where semester is equal to spring and year is equal to 2010. And we require this one condition: s dot course ID is equal to t dot course ID, so that it will retrieve the same course IDs. So this query will retrieve the semester name of the courses fall in semester fall and year is 2009, and semester spring and year 2010. So only thing is that you have to make use of this exist over here. So it will retrieve this where condition, plus it will retrieve the tuples present in this exist clause. So this is how you have to make use of exist clause. So use of not exist clause. It is the reverse of exist. It is the reverse of exist. It will check for the tuples not present in that not exist clause. Just see. Suppose query is like this: find all students who have taken all courses offered in the biology department. Find all students who have taken all courses offered in the biology department. So how to write the query? This is the query. Select distinct s.id, s.name. We have retrieved ID of the student and name of the student from student relation, because these two are present in the student relation. Student as yes.
Hello.
Yes.
सर ते s.id आणि s.name काय आहे, म्हणजे ॲट्रिब्यूटचे नेम आहेत का तसे?
Yes, yes, yes. It is the just a minute. So this as is a as yes it is used for rename. Okay, we have renamed this student as yes. Means for the student relation we have mentioned name as yes, and that yes dot id means the id column present in the student relation. Student dot id. This s dot id means what? The id column present in the student relation. And this as clause is used to rename the this relation student. You can rename this using the as clause. Student as yes means we have renamed the student as yes. Instead of writing the student.id, it is easy to write s.id. So we have renamed this student to yes. You can rename it to any. You can write his student as T also, or anything that you want. The meaning of this s.id is the id column present in the student relation. The meaning of this s.name is the name column present in the student relation. Student dot. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are continuing. So what we require, we have retrieved the student ID and name. So that's why we have written inside the select clause, and we require a distinct student ID and name. So it will remove the duplicate values from student as yes. And then just see how we have used not exist. Where not exist, where not exist. Select course ID from course where department name is equal to biology, except select t.course ID from text as t where s.id and t.id. So it will retrieve the name of all the courses offered in the biology department, and it is little bit uh, different way to write the query. So again I am repeating this. Just see, select distinct sid, s.id, s.name from student as yes. Where not exist, in select course id from course where department name is equal to biology, and except select t.course id from text, and just see where s.id here it is student.id and t.id is the text.id, the id column present in the text, and here it is this id column present in the student relation. So first, next list all the courses offered in the biology. So this query will retrieve all the courses in the biology. And next query will list all the courses a particular student took. So this query will retrieve all the students who have taken the courses offered in the biology department. So this is how you have to make use of not exist clause. Next is test for absence of duplicate tuples. It is just you have to make use of the unique keyword over here. The unique construct tests whether a subquery has any duplicate tuples in its result. So it will check for the duplicate tuples or not. The unique construct evaluates to true if the given subquery contains no duplicates. Suppose this is the query: find all courses that were offered at most months in 2009. So you have to, what does this query means? You have to find the courses and you have to remove the duplicate entries present in the result. So this is the way to write the query. Select t.course id from course as t, where unique records you have to fetch. Select r.course id from section as r, and where t.course id and r.course id, and r.year is equal to 2009. So what this query will retrieve? It will retrieve the unique records from this subquery. So it will retrieve all the courses that were offered at most once in 2009. So this course as t is used over here, t.course id, nothing but this course id column present in the course, whereas this t is used over here to compare the course id. So course id column present in the course relation, and this course id column present in the section relation. And as the condition, it will retrieve all the courses which were offered in 2009. Then we are going to learn about the subqueries in the form clause. So till now we have seen some of the clauses along with the subqueries in the where clause. Okay, now we are going to learn about the subqueries in the form clause. You can write subqueries in the select clause. You can write the subqueries in the form clause, and you can write the subqueries in the where clause. So we have seen this one, where clause. Now we are going to learn about form clause. So subqueries in the form clause. So SQL allows a subquery expression to be used in the form clause. Suppose the query is like this: find the average instructor salary. Find the average instructor salary of those departments where the average salary is greater than $42,000. So again, I am repeating what is the query. Find the average instructor salary of those departments where the average salary is greater than $42,000. And just see how to write the query for this. So what we have written in the select? We have written in the select department name, okay, comma average salary. Why? Because in the query we have mentioned find the average instructor salary. Okay, so we have written here select department name, comma average salary. And just see in the from clause we have written the subquery. From select department name, average salary as average. So we have renamed here using the as clause. This average of salary as renamed as average salary, and this is used over here. This is used over here, and then we have mentioned over here from instructor, and we have done it group by department name because we want to retrieve it department wise. So by looking at this problem statement, you should come to know that you have to make use of the group by clause. Find the average salary, average instructor salary of those departments, means you have to make use of group by department name. And one rule is that you can do it only when this column name is present in the select clause. So department name is present over here, you can group by department name. So what is the result of this query is, it will retrieve department name and it will retrieve average salary of each department. Average salary of each department. So for example, biology department, computer department, civil department, and their average salary will be retrieved by this query, this subquery. Okay, and in the where clause we have mentioned average salary is greater than 42,000. So result of this query, subquery is like this, and again it is filtered using this where condition, where salary is greater than 42,000. It will pick those people who satisfy this condition, who satisfy this condition. So in the result, you will get the department name and average salary which is greater than 42,000. So this is how you can write the subquery in the from clause also. Till now we have seen we can write the subqueries in the where clause. Now you can write the subqueries in the from clause also. Okay, it is writing the subqueries is the complex queries. You need to understand properly how to write and how to retrieve the result. So here it is, we have not used any having clause. So this is another way to write the above query. This is another way. You have to select department name, average salary, and from select department name, average salary, from instructor group by department name as department average, department name comma average salary, and then where condition is same, average salary is greater than 42,000. Average salary is greater than 42,000. So same query we have written in different ways. Only thing is that we have mentioned over here, select department name, average salary. So department name is present by group by, and just we have renamed it as department average, department name comma average salary, which is present in the select clause. Department name comma average salary, and just result of the query is same. Result of this subquery is same, that is already mentioned, and again it will filter this result by using this where condition. It will choose those people which are satisfying this where condition, and you will get the same result. So this is how you can write the queries in different ways, and just we have seen how to write the subqueries in the from clause. So next is subqueries in the select clause. Subqueries in the select clause. You can write the subqueries in the select clause also. it is scalar query. We will see scalar subqueries. A scalar subquery is one which is used where single value is expected. Okay, you are retrieving a single value. That queries are in technically called as scalar subqueries. For example, list all departments along with the number of instructors in the each department. List all departments along with the number of instructors in each department. So this is the way you can write the query. Select department name, comma, and this is the subquery. This is the subquery. Select count, star means you are counting all the tuples, and it will retrieve only single value. Keep in mind, it is retrieve only a single value. It will count from instructor where department dot department name is equal to instructor dot department name as number of instructors from department. So what this query will retrieve, it will retrieve the department name along with the number of instructors present in each department. So in the query itself, select all departments along with the number of instructors in each department. And this is how we have written the subqueries in the select clause. So select department name, comma, and after that we have written this query, select count from instructor where department dot department name is equal to instructor dot department name. So this department name column belongs to instructor table, and this department name column belongs to department table as number of instructors, and it will retrieve from the department relation. So, and this is the, it will retrieve the single value, that's why it is called as scalar subquery. And this is how you can write the subqueries in the select clause. So it will fetch the runtime error if subquery returns more than one result. Yes.
सर ते फ्रॉम नंतरची वेअर लाईन आहे की नाही, वेअर डिपार्टमेंट डॉट डिपार्टमेंट नेम, ती जरा एक्सप्लेन करा की.
Okay, just a minute. So just see what we require over here. We require list of all departments. So it is present in the department relation. It is present in the department relation along with the number of instructors. Number of instructors are present in the instructor relation. So to retrieve this result of this query, we require two relations. First one is department and next one is instructor. So in the select clause, we have mentioned department name. We have mentioned department name. Okay, from department. So this department name will retrieve from the department over here. Okay, and this is the subquery. Just see what written in the subquery is select count. This is the aggregate function. This count star means it will just count the number of tuples present in the result. So select count star from instructor. So it will count the number of result coming from this instructor relation. And from this instructor relation, we want the department name and instructor department should be same. Department name. So whatever department name present over here and department name present in the instructor should be same. Department name. That's why where condition we have used. Where department dot department name means this department name will retrieve taken from this department relation, and where this instructor dot department name, this instructor dot department name means this department column retrieved from the instructor. And here it is what we have done, we have checked for the equality. Both should be equal. Whatever department present in this, for example, civil department, okay, in the department, and the instructor's department should be civil. If both are civil, then it will count it to 1. Then it will retrieve the tuple. Suppose there is another instructor whose department is civil and instructor's department is civil. So it will count it to 2. And it is in the result. Likewise, it will retrieve the department-wise tuples by using this condition. Department-wise instructors. And this count, what this count will, suppose there are 2 instructors in the civil department present in the instructor relation, and in the civil we want to know how many departments are there. Sorry, how many instructors are there. So what we have written, we are going to write department dot department name is equal to instructor dot department name. So civil department is present in the department, and one instructor will have department as a civil. Again, another instructor will have department as a civil, and it will compare. The civil will have 2 instructors. For count for this civil is 2. Similarly, for CSE department, suppose one CSE department is present and there is a instructor which belongs to CSE. Another instructor again belongs to CSE. So it will, this comparison operator will check whether CSE department tuples are present or not. Yes, it is present, and then it will count. Then CSE will have 2 instructor. Likewise, it will give you list of all the departments present in the department column, department relation, along with the number of instructors in each department. So all the department, list of all the departments you will get from this department, and number of instructors in each department you will get from this instructor relation. To understand it is in better way, you need to visualize what are the columns present in the department relation. What are the columns present in the department relation, and what are the columns present in the instructor relation. Plus, one very important thing, you need to understand the Cartesian product. Cartesian product that we have seen. We have seen it with the example, and I have also explained it using the queries, because it's very important concept. Okay, Cartesian product. And this is nothing but the Cartesian product. This is nothing but the Cartesian product. First of all, it will do the Cartesian product of both the relation based on this department column, and then it will check for the equality. It will check for the equality, and that equality tuples will be retrieved, and on that the count will be applied. On that the count will be applied, and then you will get that result as number of instructors. So this is how your query is executed. You need to understand everything. To write this simple query, you need to understand what are the columns present in the department, what are the columns present in the instructor, what is the common columns. As we have seen here, department name is common column that you need to retrieve the number of instructors per department. And most importantly, you need to understand the Cartesian product. And then